Show me sand floor. Sand floor. Sand floor. Big sucker. Sand floor. Sand floor.
All right, welcome to another edition of JTJU, where we all try to be just a little better at the game of Clash of Clans. And I got another stud-dud recast, this time looking at our last war with BRCM, and we were owned. And why with the Karate Kid theme, you may ask? It's because these guys claim that JTJU saved them from the depths of despair, making them awesome. But it seems that they stole the pebble from my hand and smashed me in the face with it. But let's take a look at it and see what is what. First off, our attack from Mr. Vance and a KHC2 LavaLoonian. All right, before we get going on this, let me pause this here. This is a base that we saw a few wars back that held us to 1 star. So we thought it was a pretty good base, or you could say it's a reflection of our ability, but we thought it was pretty good. So when Vance from BRCM was able to 2-star, almost 3-star it with a lot of the anti-air max, I thought it was a good way to start out this little stud-dud fest. So he's going to come at it with a KHC2 LavaLoonian. Let's just get it going, and then we'll just talk about it a little bit as he rolls along. Here we go. Oh, wait, let me start it. So here he goes. And he does the draw. I mean, the CC draw was pretty exposed, so that's not interesting. Really, the first interesting decision he makes is his attack line. And you know, coming from 2:30, 2 o'clock here, you know, he's going to do his kill. I mean, there's not a lot of threat because he's out of range of most things at that location, so you can't argue with that. And it's also in line with the usual trying to get to the queen, you know, somehow get access to the queen, take her down for the loon attack. I don't think he can. He's probably, based on where he's at, he's not trying to get the second AD. It's more of a play to get the first AD down. So he's really thinking more 2-stars. It's hard to get. If you don't get both ADs down with a LavaLoonian attack with your KHC2 team, you're not going to probably get the 3, but he gets darn close. But he does get the town hall with the wisp of his last level 40 archer, which is, you know, people wonder about the value of that, and you'll see it right here. So let's keep going. Now you saw a little bit of that. Hold on, I gotta click. Tell you, turning on and off the pen is a killer. So he no big deal. It's drawing it out. Come on, bring it over there. Drawing to the other side. Are we done yet? No, we're grouping. Still grouping. Now let's pause again, because that is something you usually don't see, or at least I don't typically do it. And that's where he's drawn everything out to, you know, about this depth. Usually people try to fight it right there. Instead, he actually sacrifices a golem to basically get everybody flipped around and going this way, and then he snipes him from the back with 3 wizards. Very rarely seen, at least by me. And an interesting way, you know, the value. Most people would be like, "Wow, that's a lot to dump to get the clan castle down." But again, he does pretty well. So let's keep going. But I thought, you know, that was one thing that I thought was interesting, that he chose to do that. Let's keep going. And you see now he's still shooting his people in the back. He's shooting the queen. The witch in the back is now witched out. Another interesting thing. Notice he does not. Most people usually wait before they drop their wall breakers. His are in, because, you know, they're trying to minimize the spread. But he's already thought through that, okay, if I do this, you know, wonky or genius, better said, spin around kill here, I'm going to have this part, the cut, established. And then if I drop a golem here, which he did, he knows that this is out of range of that cannon right about here. You can get this camp down, right? So he's being very efficient in terms of how much he's got to cut. He knows if I get this down and if I get a certain depth here, the king queen will grab this building and drive in. So that was good too. Let's keep going. So I like that cut. Gollum makes a dive. Another key point is that you always want to make your hole to where the Gollum, at least one of them, I mean, he sacrificed this other guy. He's still over here. The one Gollum makes the dive in before the king and queen, right? So he's fronting. You see in some of the other videos we did from the Clash Heads and Red Line War, that was in reverse. And I made some comments about how that wasn't wise. And also notice I guess maybe he thought this through, but now you're starting to see the genius. So he's got not a lot of stuff that can deal damage to him in this quadrant, right? But what it can do is it ties up one thread, basically a 20% debuff on the multi-target eye tower for when his other guys come in here. Although they're all high health units, so I guess that really isn't critical. So we'll keep rolling. Let's keep rolling the film. There we go again. So they're coming in. The wizards are doing some work. They're still alive. Those 3 wizards that killed the clan castle off, still doing work. Kill off the cannon. They got that main golem moving. King's down the mid. Jump spell gives him access. Boom, he sucks in on when he hears the ouch cries from the army. And the queen being level 40. Look at her taking like a boss. Here, hold, pause. Ooh. So here she is, level 40, just fired up her cloak, I think. Or it was just before here. And she was taking a lot of damage. And I think if this was like a level 30 queen, she'd be down at this point. It'd be done. And the town hall would end up standing. But you can see here, as we now continue, resume, that she's plunking away, bang, 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 bang. And just as she dies, see the 10 points? Isn't that crazy? 10 points. Look who's dead from that Tesla. I mean, it was that close of a level 40 queen being able to do all that damage. Maybe like one bomb or, just anything would have kept her from that last shot. Because really nothing else here. I mean, you might have gotten the splash damage from this group to basically knock it down. Maybe. I mean, it's a couple of different places where it could die and they're all right next to it. So maybe that's the backup plan. But either way, you're basically on life support at that point, hoping and praying. But I guess, again, it's the beauty of the level 40 Archer Queen, which you notice that Vance has upgraded all the way to Maxwell, leaving his king hanging out at 30. So I guess that's a message to all of us that, or at least Vance is an example of, hey, if you want to level one versus the other to 40 in a race, take the queen. Here we go. Keep on rolling. You can see here now he's going to run out a little juice because of the AD there. It's maxed. It's going to pop a lot of stuff. That AD does a lot of damage, but oh, if he could have just taken that AD down. And why would I even say, oh, he's killing one of my teammates. But yeah, so, I mean, he got really close. I mean, it was probably pretty frustrating him. Look at that. 30 seconds, just a few more somethings. He could have been like, ha. But instead he's just like, Either way, great attack. All right, that wraps up this snippet of the war, 1 of 4. If you want to see the others, you look for that magic snowball up in the top right corner there. Click on that white dot. You'll see cards that'll take you to the magical places of the 3 other videos. Otherwise, if you don't have time in your hands, feel free to just give me a like, subscribe, high five out on the channel, or I'll just wish you luck in your next war. Talk to you guys later. Mr. Miyagi, show us how to truly sand the floor.
Show me sand the floor. Yes!